What do you mean? This is your fault. Dot pointed toward the freshly covered grave. If you hadn't been so irresponsible, your brooder would still be alive. Chris heard both Selena and Sally gasp. Chris's eyes widened as he took in the fury in his father's hazel eyes. Dot blamed him. Even more than he'd been blaming himself? You think this is all my fault? Chris jammed his finger into his own chest. When Dot merely stared, he added, I didn't kill Gabriel. Yeah, you did. Dot nearly spat the words at him. You're the older brooder, and you know better. Once again, you ignored my instructions, and you failed Gabriel. In fact, you failed this family. I should have known better than to leave you in charge. You can't handle it. He glared at Selena and back at Chris again. You're too easily distracted, and you don't think about anyone but yourself. Chris's breath came out in a whoosh, and he winced as if his father had struck him. How can you blame me like this? I never meant to. You didn't mean to, but there's nothing you can do to fix this. Dot was seething. Gabriel is gone now. He's dead, Christopher, and we can never bring him back. Tears stung Chris's eyes. Turning back toward the grave, he could almost feel his father's furious stare boring into him. His younger brother was gone, and as Dot said, there was nothing he could do to fix this. Chris closed his eyes and crossed his arms over his chest in an effort to stop his body from trembling. A tear trickled down one cheek. How could he go on without Gabriel? And with the guilt? Dot was cruel to place all the blame on him for Gabriel's death, but he was also right. Gabriel would be alive if it weren't for him. Chapter 1. Emily Fisher hummed to herself as she walked down the rock path leading from her parents' large farmhouse to the harness shop her father co-owned with their next-door neighbor. The warm September breeze whipped the skirt of her blue dress against her legs and hinted that cool weather was not in a hurry to visit Lancaster County. The sign for the Bird in Hand harness shop came into view as she approached the one-story white clapboard building. The 3 parking spaces in front of the store were empty, as were the hitching posts that welcomed horses and buggies. Her father and his best friend Hank were no doubt busy back in the shop's work area, while waiting for the day's first customers. As she stepped into the shop, a bell over the door announced her entrance. As always, she took in the familiar aroma of leather. The showroom in the one-room building was filled with displays of leather harnesses, leashes and collars for pets, saddles, doorknob hangers with bells, rope, pouches, bags, and various other horse accessories such as saddle blankets. The sales counter sat in the center of the packed showroom, with small round displays peppered with leather keychains in shapes varying from cats to horses. Beyond the showroom was where her father and Hank were busy creating items to sell. Emily worked her way between displays to their work area. "Good Maria," Emily sang. "Hi, Emily." Dot gave her a wide smile. Although he was in his early 50s, his light brown hair and matching beard were threaded with gray. His deep brown eyes were bright with question. "Are you done helping your mom in the house already?" "Mom said I should help you with the books this morning, and then help her cook for the Englishers tonight." Emily fingered the hem of her black apron. "It's going to be a big group, so we have a lot to do." "You're hosting a supper on a Wednesday?" Hank raised his eyebrows. Although he and Dot were about the same age, Hank's brown beard had a hint of gray. "Don't you normally have Englishers come on Fridays?" "Yeah, that's true." Emily nodded, and the ties to her prayer cup bounced in agreement. "They asked if they could come tonight. They have activities booked through the rest of the week, so Mom agreed to it. We don't want to turn them down and then lose their business." "You can work on the books another day," Dot said. "I know how hard you and Mom work to prepare for the meals." "It's fine. I can take a look at them and then go back to help Mom. It's too early to start cooking, and I cleaned the house nearly all day yesterday. I have plenty of time to get ready for the meal." She paused. "Is Christopher still starting at the shop today?" "Yeah," Hank said. "He should be here shortly. I told him to take his time coming in this morning." "Oh, good," she smiled. "I can't wait to meet him. I'll send him back to you when he arrives." "Donkey," Hank said. Emily moved behind the counter by the cash register and pulled out the accounting book from the bottom drawer. She was engrossed in calculating the month's sales when the bell above the door chimed to greet a customer. "Good Maria." Emily looked up from the ledger to see a tall young man watching her from just inside the front door. She smiled. "You must be Christopher." He gave her a slight nod, but no return smile. In fact, his expression was so passive he was nearly frowning. "Welcome,"